Good evening, friends. Welcome to the webinar on dental practice management. The topic for today is why dental clinics fail and how we can solve this issue. Dear friends, it's a very serious thing which I'm going to talk to you today, and it's going to be a lot of learning. I request you to have a piece of paper and a pen with you so that you can understand what I say. So I'm going to share with you my screen today, and you're able to see the presentation through that. So give me a moment. So, as you see, today we are going to see the topic on dental clinic failures and how to fix it. Friends, there was a company in United States. The CEO of the company called two people and he said, "We are manufacturing shoes and kindly go to Africa and find out the market for our shoe." So these two marketing representatives, they went to Africa and they started doing a research. They came back and they told to the boss, it's really pathetic. We cannot sell shoes. That was the report by one person. That person said, "Okay, why it is like that?" He said, "Sir, there is nobody who is wearing shoe. So if we sell a shoe, how they will accept it?" The second person told, "Sir, there is wonderful market for a shoe because nobody is wearing a shoe. We can manufacture a lot of shoes and we can sell these shoes to everyone." Dear friends, you have to notice one thing here. It is the vision of the person towards that situation which makes a lot of difference. Dear friends, this is the reality today. This is the reality of our vision. What we see in our practice is going to change. So, in order to understand the essentials of running any business, including dentistry, in my screen you can see very beautifully 6 columns I have made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these are the 6 things which I am going to talk to you, and now the time is 8 o'clock. I am starting at 8. I'll be taking questions in the end. So friends, I request you to carefully pay attention to the lecture. There is a chat column, there is a poll, there is a feedback column. Everything is there in this app. So for people who are watching this through mobile, you can interact with me throughout the lecture and also after the lecture. If there is anything, you can Facebook me also. So today the topic is dental clinic failures and how to fix it. So failures are inevitable in any business. You know, without failure, they say it is not how deep you failed in life. It is how high you are going to rise up from the failures. Think about this. We all are thinking about our practice every day. How to improve my practice. How to gain the money, the investment which I have made in my clinic, the investment which I made in my studies. So friends, it's really a very tricky situation. So today we are going to see these 6 parameters which will help you. Dear friends, I want you to pay careful attention. I am Major Dr. Praveen. As you all know, through Facebook you have contacted me. So personally you know me well, so I'm not going to give any introduction about me. If somebody doesn't know me, I am a dentist, I am a practice management consultant, and I am really very thankful to you for participating in this webinar. The trust you have on me, I promise you, I will fulfill every knowledge I have in this webinar. I'm not going to cut anything. I'm going to give you everything today. And this is my clinic where I am talking to you. And it's a wonderful session. I'm going to conduct many more sessions like this. So Whatever doubts we have in this webinar, you can personal message me. I will answer you back, and also we can carry forward this webinar to the next sessions. I request you to invite your friends also to this webinar. Kindly share the link so that they also get benefited. And I am telling you, I am going to give you a recorded lecture of this webinar, so you don't have to worry whether if you miss a point, I will send you the recorded video very soon. So the first thing we are going to see is personality in business. Yes, friends, if you take a tree which bears the fruits, so I will ask one simple question, dear friends. Where do you water the tree? Do you water the tree, on the tree, or under the tree? Just answer yourself. I'll give a second. It is the roots which are very important for the tree. The roots bear the fruits. Dear friends, understand one thing for your understanding. I'm going to tell you, the roots are very important. What are these roots? These roots are nothing but your personality in your business. Say for example, if my personality is good, I will really struggle really hard to take my clinic to the next level. If my personality is bad, I will think, okay, this is enough for me. I don't have to do anything. I'm very happy. I know everything. This is most of the people's attitude in dentistry. When I interact with people, they say, sir, already I am doing this. They say, sir, how it is possible? Certain people say, like this, so much interactions I have. So I am having 7 important leadership qualities. Okay, what is leadership? Leadership, by the way, is not that I am the owner of this clinic, so I have to be a leader. No, I am the specialist of this clinic, so I have to be a leader. No, no way. Leadership in reality is nothing but your behavior. Yes, your behavior behavior towards yourself and towards the others. Say for example, I am going to teach you today certain important steps which you have to focus. See, most of us, our colleagues, we are just firefighters. You know why I am telling firefighters? We go to the clinic every day, see the problems there, we solve the problems there, and we go to the next day again solving another problems, but we really don't know what to focus on. Am I right, friends? So dear friends, you have to pay attention here. Today in this webinar, I'm going to show you 6 steps, 6 important things you have to focus. The first thing is your personality. Yes, without your personality improvement, there is no improvement which is going to happen in your clinic. Yes, for example, if I say something, if you don't believe it, you are not going to do it. Am I right? Yes. But if you believe it, and if you believe in yourself also, yes, this I will try, this I am going to try, this I am going to try. Definitely this will show you results. Let's see the first important thing. Any guesses? Any guesses, friends? What is the foremost important thing? By the way, these 7 qualities are given by Harvard University. So they surveyed a lot of entrepreneurs, business people, and they really found these 7 qualities are very important. The first quality is lack of vision. Many of us, including me, once I was not having a vision. Yes, lack of vision. Vision means what? Foreseeing a thing before it happens. Foreseeing your clinic as the best clinic in Chennai or Coimbatore or wherever place you belong to. Foreseeing your future. Many of us, we never have the vision. The vision is very important. Suppose I come to your clinic, okay, and ask your assistant, tell me why your clinic exists in this city. Many people say, we are doing for the sake of money, we want to earn some money. Do you think that is going to be your vision? So if you don't earn money, what will happen? You will lose your vision, right? So vision is something you see with your emotions, something you see for yourself. Mark Zuckerberg, and if you see Steve Jobs, they had a vision. They know without a vision my company cannot exist. You know what is the vision? A vision is not a statement of pages and pages. It's too simple statement. You know, Nike shoe. What is their vision? You know, their vision is to make the best sports shoe. Yes, like that, Apple, they want to break. See, computer is basically a functional thing, right? We have a computer where there are a lot of processing is happening, but Steve Jobs saw Apple as a different perspective. What did he see? He saw the design as a perspective. He didn't see the utility part. You know, Apple products are very stylish, very elegant, and people stand in the line to pay. Just think of it, friends. So, do you have such a vision? Please write it down. Vision. Vision is very important. What is your vision? The next thing is lack of direction. If I don't see in my mind where I have to go, I will certainly don't know how to go there, right? I should know I have to reach Chennai from Trichy. Then I know the right direction. Otherwise, I'll be going to Madurai or going to Kerala. So, my dear friends, if your clinic don't have a vision, say for example, I have to improve my clinic, I have to give the best customer service for my patient. If you don't have that vision, you will not have direction. You will not do anything. So vision is very important. What is your vision today? What is your vision today for your clinic? The third thing is courage. Say for example, I started my journey from Madurai to Chennai. I don't have a vision. I don't know where I have to go. What will happen? Suppose if I'm starting from Madurai and going to Chennai, and if I don't know where I have to go, I'll be deviating, going somewhere lacking direction. Then what happens? I get fears because I know I am doing wrong. Many of us have this problem. Why we are fearful in our practice? Please tell me. Why are we very fearful to run a dental clinic? Why are we very fearful to run a practice, whether I will be able to collect my EMI, whether I will be able to pay my salary, whether I am able to sustain? Because our vision is not clear. Our vision is not clear. Suppose if you don't know the vision, why your clinic exists, how can your reception will know? Say for example, my vision for my clinic, you know what is that? To be a very friendly doctor to my patient. So, right from my receptionist to my last assistant, including me, we will be very friendly with people. I'll explain more about this. The fourth important thing is honesty. Many of us are not honest. In two ways I will explain this. Honesty means what? I am not honest to say that I am not honest. Sometimes if I don't have a vision, I don't have that honesty. If I don't have a vision. Yes, because I am cheating myself. Then I am cheating my patient. Yes, suppose I go late to my clinic, say 10 minutes late. I am stealing my patient's time by 10 minutes. Do you steal others' property, others' things? From our childhood, we are taught not to do bad things. But are we honest with our profession? Are we doing the right things? Think about it. Yes, if I am not honest, it means what is the opposite of honesty? It is being a fraud. If I am a fraud, do you think I'll be humble? I'll be arrogant. Yeah, because I know that I am not honest and I'll be very arrogant. Arrogant in the sense, pride. What is the opposite of humility? It's pride. I know everything, man. I am an MDS doctor. I am a professor. I've been practicing for 10 years. I have 5 branches. My father is a big man. This is the problem we have in most of us. I know. The one thing which can spoil us is I know. Because, friends, mindset is more important than the methods. How to stop my clinic to go into a failure? If I teach you some methods, it will not work until unless I teach you the mindset, right? So these are the qualities you should develop. And problems being avoided. Running away from problems. My clinic is not performing well. Okay, I will see it tomorrow. People are telling some excuse. Say for example, doctor, I tried reaching you. I'm not able to reach you by phone. Being arrogant, I will say, no, we are okay. I think you might have done something wrong. This is very wrong. This is an attitude problem. not having the courage to face the problem because I am not humble, because I am not honest, because I don't have a vision. If my vision is to be a very friendly doctor to my clinic patients, first of all, I'll be very humble to accept their complaints, accept their problems which I am going to face. If I am not courage, what happens here? I am very arrogant. So in business, we cannot be like that. And this is the most important thing which I like, continuous learning. They say the people who are learning like you, I am telling you friends, those who are attending this webinar, by 3 months time, the systems which I am going to give you is going to really help you, and you are going to earn a lot of money because you know where to focus. You will not waste your energy on unnecessary things. Rather, you will be focusing your energy in the right aspect. Continuous learning. The more you learn, the more you earn. Just think of the word L-E-A-R-N. Kick the L. Earning. Earning doesn't come without learning. So go for courses and do really well. So in this small box, I am going to give you the small thing. Okay, sir. How to implement all this in my practice from tomorrow? I am going to show you a model called GOSPA. G-O-S-P-A. Spell it out. G-O-S-P-A. GOSPA. What does GOSPA stand for? GOSPA means G for goals, O for objectives, S for strategy, P for planning, and A for action. So, what does that mean by goal? Goal means I have to be a very friendly doctor with my patient. So that is my goal. What is my objective? The objective is what patient tells about me in their reviews. Whether we are very friendly. Objective is like a measuring tool. Say for example, this is a scale. The objective of this scale is to measure the things. So how do I measure? That is where objective. If my patients are telling, doctor, we are very happy with your approach, it means my objective towards my goal is there. Strategy, very important. What is strategy? Strategy means how I can reach. In military, when I was working as a major, we used to have war strategies. How to catch the enemy, how to win the war. These are strategy. How to win the game of dentistry. You know, we have strategy. Today, I am going to teach you strategies. How many of you like it? I know you all guys are going to really enjoy this webinar because I have really made it an action-packed webinar for you guys. Yes, after the strategy is made, you have to have plan. Yes, okay. If I have to become very friendly with my patient, what is the plan? The plan one is whatever complaint the patient gives me, I have to accept and rectify it. And whatever feedback I am getting, I have to improve it. What my staff has to be trained to be very friendly with my patients, and how to implement it, this is called action planning. So okay, step 1 is this, step 2 is this. So how to bring all this into real life is only through GOSPA. G-O-S-P-A. Don't forget this acronym called GOSPA. Goals, objectives, strategies, planning, and action. So guys, remember this. Write your goal today. What is my vision for my clinic? What is my objective? Okay, what is objective? Whether, suppose I am going from Madurai to Chennai, that is my goal. Objective is, by this time I have to reach Trichy. By this time I have to reach Samayappuram. By this time I have to reach Viluppuram. By this time I have to reach Dindivanam. This is what is called objective. Strategy is how fast I should go. Whether by car, whether by train, whether by air, whether by walk. Planning. Okay, today morning I will go from this distance to this distance, this distance to this distance. This is called planning. Action is you have to start doing it. Without an action, all your plans will go waste. So with this friends, the first part is getting over. Okay, now coming back to the second part, which is going to be very, very interesting. Friends, I promise you, today I am going to talk to you about something. Okay, when I was attending a seminar, I asked one of my mentor, sir, what is the reason small businesses like dentistry is failing? So he told me many things which I am going to share with you today. Please think out of the box today. In this webinar, I am going to teach you certain things. Think like a businessman. Don't think only dentistry. Take a pawn shop. Take a parota shop. Take a bida shop. take a spare parts shop, take a computer shop, okay. Take all these businesses in mind and see what is happening here. In dentistry, we as dentists, we never do anything called marketing, right? We never do marketing. Why? Because what is marketing? Marketing is nothing but telling the solution you have for the problems of your patients or problems of your customer. Say for example, I am a dentist, I have a solution with me. Say example, an implants. The problem for the patient is going to be edentulous. So without marketing, how the solution is going to reach the problem? Patients have a problem, customers have a problem. See, when I talk patient and customer, both are same. In dental language, it is patient. In business language, I am going to tell him as a customer. Customer's problem solving is all businesses are doing. Say for example, I have to travel from Delhi to Mumbai by air. So that is the problem. I have to go in time to reach my business transaction to happen. So I have to catch a flight. So the problem is distance, flight is the solution. Teeth is having some problem, you have the solution. So without marketing, even if you are the best of 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 the best dentist in the world, they are not going to come to you. Everybody is doing marketing, dear friends. If some doctor is telling I am not doing marketing, he is very much wrong. Why? Convincing a patient also is a marketing. You know why? Because you are influencing the patient by your solution. If we think marketing means doing some advertisement and all that, it is not that. So now you know there is a problem for which you have a solution. Okay. What is marketing? You have to identify who is having that problem. That is called positioning, where your solution has to go. Who is my customer? Okay, I am an implantologist. Who will be my customer? Do you think a 10-year-old child is going to be my my customer? No. My patient is going to be a person who doesn't have teeth, maybe after 20 years of age. So I can start marketing for implantology from 20 years of age. So the third thing is where they are located. In Chennai, suppose I have a clinic in Westmamplam, I cannot do a marketing in Perambur, right? Because my customers cannot reach me to my clinic. So you should know where I am targeting. I have seen some people doing Google ad. If you type in Google dentist in Chennai, you can see some advertisements in the first 3 results. Okay, some people having clinic in Westmamplam, they will be advertising there. Do you think it is going to work out? Until unless you have 3 branches covering at least 5 kilometers of area, say one in Nungambakam, which covers the whole North Chennai, one in T Nagar, the South Chennai, one somewhere in Gindi or in Tambaram. So now I can cover up whole Chennai. Do you think by advertising in Google AdWords for your dental clinic, which is there in Westmamplam, is going to help you? Not required. Whereas if I advertise for my clinic in Westmamplam area, when people type dentist in Westmamplam, they are going to see. So geographical positioning is very important. And also, these are some of the important things marketing has to do. Now, the most important thing for any product service to be marketed is how different your product is going to be from the other product, or in other words, how different your service is going to be from other service. Say Dr. Praveen is marketing for his dental clinic. Dr. Pradeep is also marketing. Okay, 2 are close friends. Now from a patient's perspective, he will be thinking how Praveen is different from Pradeep. Praveen is charging less, Pradeep is charging more. Most of us are thinking patients are taking a decision by terms of money. Not at all. Not at all. Patients in our boot camp, which I conducted 3 months back, we had one market research. Say for example, people went and interviewed randomly people. Okay, we made a study where doctors were participating in my program. They went and inquired randomly. Okay, sir, what is your expectation from a dentist? They said 40 things. I am going to give you an exercise today. Take a piece of paper and write what is your patient's expectation on a dentist. Say for example, very painless it should be. For example, the doctor should do it very fast. The doctor should do something in low cost. Like that, if you can guess 40 things, you cannot guess, because as a team, we were 10 people, we were inquiring lot of people what they want. People told 40 things. This is called market research. Okay, what is there in the mind of the customer? This is very important. With this background, coming back to the thing which I told you, when I asked my mentor why business is failing, they said dentists are not doing marketing. Small businesses never do marketing. So what is happening? Marketing is telling people I have a solution. So 100 people heard, okay, he has got a solution for my problem, I'll go and meet him. Now patients are coming and knocking at your door. Hello, doctor, I have a problem. I saw your advertisement, I saw your website or something like that. So now marketing is becoming something called sales. What is it called? Sales. Marketing means telling people some promise. With this sedation dentistry, you will not have pain. With this clear aligners, you can have a good social smile without worrying about the braces treatment. You can have food. See how many promises we give. Business is all about the promises you give and the promises you keep. Everyone tell, promises you give and the promises you keep. So never break a promise. Imagine now, think of the number one thing which I told you. In the left side it is there. The number one thing is, if you are not a honest person, you will lie. If this filling will stay for 2 months, you have to tell only 2 months. Don't tell this filling will stay for 2 years, and patient, you are breaching the trust of the patient. Never do it. Okay, let's see the important thing, which is, this is the most important thing which is causing the failure. I am going to give you the secret. I know I have not given any text here, only numbers, so that it goes into your mind. Okay, you want to know? I am going to the next slide. Yes, sales. How to convert the inquiries to the paying customers. Yes, most of us are really worried about these things because we never know. So many people have come to my clinic, sir. They are not taking treatment. They say they will come tomorrow and they are not coming back. So I am going to give you some solution today. Okay, now why dental clinics are failing? This is the question which most of us have. Dental clinics are failing because we are not doing marketing. Simple. We are not advertising our clinic. We are not promoting our clinic in an ethical way. I am talking all ethical dentistry. I am not telling to give some lucrative offers to get patients. This is not the way of doing it. I am going to tell you the right way to do it. So when we don't do marketing, what is happening here? When we don't do marketing, the worst thing could happen is the number of patients entering our clinic is coming low. Imagine if you have some system where, if I teach you the ethical marketing techniques today, where you keep on doing it, there will be a lot of people who will be keep coming to your clinic, and there will be some amount of conversions which will be happening, right? So the first thing for your failure is not enough patients. There is no patients. Suppose there is a rule called law of 80-20 which says that out of 100 people, 80 people may not take treatment. Only 20 people will take treatment, but that 20 people will give you 80% of the money. Out of 10 dental treatments, only 2 dental treatments are going to give you the 80% of the money, which is invariably implants and cosmetic dentistry like ortho and things like that. 10 staff you have, law of 80-20 says that only 2 staff will do the 8 staff work. If you have 2 children, 1 children will always be a problem and 1 will be okay. By God's grace, if you are lucky, you will have 1 more child also okay. So my dear friends, if you see, when we don't do marketing, the number of patients who are entering our clinic is going to be very low. So if there is no conversion, say for example, instead of 100 patients coming to my clinic, I get only 10 patients, and in that 10 patients, 8 patients are not taking treatment, 2 are taking treatment, I'm not getting enough money. So what is that called? That is called lack of cash flow. How oxygen is very important for the body. Everyone knows, if I hold my breath for 10 minutes, I will die. Like that, if cash flow is not there in your business, your business will die. Your business will die. My dear friends, if you don't have enough patients coming and knocking at your door, and if they are not taking treatment, your business will die. Don't think you will have enough cash. Never get deficient in cash. Say for example, at least 3 months cash, 3 months running cost you should have. Say for in my clinic expenses at least 3 lakhs per month, expense alone. So what I do is, I used to have 10 lakhs in my hand always to be safe. So if I don't have 10 lakhs, automatically I will replenish, I will exhaust all my cash flow. So soon my business will fail and I'll go bankrupt. I won't be able to pay my salary. I won't be able to pay my rental. So many things could go wrong. So cash flow is very important. So what is happening? If there is no cash, I'm getting stress. I'm getting disease. See, my face has become dark. I was not like this when I was in the army. So much of stress. You can see it in my face. It's there. Everyone is under stress. So what is ROI? This is a very important term. Return of investment. You are investing two things, my dear friends. From today onwards, never calculate money, calculate time. Time is very important. You want to do something in business, do it right now. If you want to invest in something, do it right now. If you want to go for a course, do it right now. Don't think for the best time to come. There is nothing called best time. Today, now is the best time. Okay. So, if I don't get my returns back, I am going bankrupt. So, what I have to do? You have to increase your sales. Increase the number of people coming to my clinic. See how I get more money. Just think of this arrow mark. Just think of this, guys. How I can increase my money flow? By getting more number of people into my clinic, by making them all taking treatment from me, by making them come back again and again. Okay, if one patient is taking treatment, he is coming back again and again, I'm going to get more money. If he takes a bigger treatment, I takes more money. A patient coming for a scaling, if he goes for filling, if he goes for ortho treatment, if he goes for an endo treatment, if he goes, then I'm getting more money. Okay, what next? Very important. If he gets his wife and come, I'm getting more money because I'm going to do the same thing. So where is the business? The money is on the table. Where is the money? Everybody say, where's the money? Just say, where's the money? Just say, where is the money? Here is the money. Where is the money? Here is the money. Where is the money? The money is on the table. This is my table. The money is on the table. If I am not good in convincing, I don't know the sales techniques, I am leaving my money away. If I am not allowing my patient to come back again, I am leaving the money away. Think of it. Think of it. Think of it. So money is not outside. It is inside there in your clinic on your table because you don't know how to convince. You don't know how to handle the patient. You don't know how to establish the patient. Communication with the patient. Okay. Now I am going to give you the secrets of sales. Okay. Lead generation. The first point is lead generation. What is lead generation? Lead generation is nothing but a lead is a potential customer. He has not paid you, but he has the money. He has the money. I am the patient. I have the money. I can pay your house rent. I can pay your BMW car bill. I can pay your cycle bill. I can pay your student's fees. I can college fees. I am the most powerful man. I am the customer. I am the king. Whatever I am saying is only correct. That is the rule. Customer is always right. Customer is the boss. Customer is the king. Never disrespect your patients. You will go out of business. You will be begging for money to your friends and your family. So what you have to do? Lead generation. How to do it? I am going to explain you. All with free resources you can do with minimal investment. If you don't have a website, go and invest in a good website. Go and see my website malligaidental.com, malligaidentalacademy.com. See the website. Mobile friendly website. I can access it in my mobile. I can access it in my desktop. A website should have certain parameters which I am going to tell you. Okay. A website is like your virtual. It's like a virtual clinic. Okay. In my clinic, if somebody comes in, what I will do? I will get their name, address, their email ID, their phone number. If you are not doing it, you are losing the money on the table. I know some guys must be laughing there, but I'm showing this because you will not forget what I'm doing here. So lead generation. Lead is a person who has not paid you any money, but he has got the money with him, and if you gain the trust of that person, he will pay you more money. Okay, first of all, how you will get leads? A lead may be a person who is walking into your clinic with a problem. Okay, where are they located other than coming in person? Where are they located? They are located in the first page of Google. They will type dental clinic in Chennai. 1300 click. 1300 people are searching for solutions. Today I will send you a list of keywords. I will give you a mail ID. I'll be sending you the list of keywords, how people are typing. Okay, just see my website. Just see carefully the screen. Don't look at me, look at the screen. If you see, this is the contact form. This is my lead generation machine. This is my ATM machine. Yes, you are seeing one part of the ATM machine. I will tell you how. Patient will put his name, mail ID, mobile number and message. Right? That is more than enough. That is more than enough for me. All in my website, everywhere you will have, if you see everywhere carefully, I will have this form. Wherever, this form is very powerful for me. This is how I generate leads. So once I get the detail of a person for some inquiry, do you think that is enough? Then what I have to do, I will tell you. The second step, from where you will get lead, is social media. How did you attend this webinar? By social media. You saw my advertisement in Facebook. I have done paid advertisement also for the webinar. Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google+. These are the main important thing where patients are looking for solution. Say for example, if you put a Pinterest page with a beautiful dental picture and you can link that Pinterest with your website, again he is going to give you his phone number and mail ID. In Facebook also, okay, sir, what I will do with this name and mail ID? Yes, I will tell you. Where you will get leads? Blogs. What is blog? A blog is an article, in an electronic article in a website is called blog. Very simple. So suppose how to do oil pulling. Okay, if I am writing this as a blog, Idayam Nallanai is selling the oil pulling packets free. Only they are charging courier charges. Okay. So if Idayam Nallanai is paying me say some referral fees for referring that oil to customer, I can write an article, give a hyperlink, and that hyperlink if somebody clicks, I get money. You go to my website, dental shopping. There is an option called dental shopping. I have the links of Amazon in my website. If patients click that and they buy a product, I get money from Amazon. I am an affiliate to Amazon. So I earn money in my sleep also. Every day people are buying at least 5,000 rupees worth product. So I earn money. So that is a great source of income for me. So I am increasing my cash flow, which is very important to any business. So you can turn these things into full-scale business. If you all this see, not only dental products, you can sell a guitar. If I am a guitar, I write a guitar blog and I sell a guitar through online. Say suppose I am a website who sells guitar. You are a person who knows guitar, who knows how to do it, and you know blogging also. See, there are free websites called blogspot.com. You can start writing blogs. You don't have to have a website. One Gmail free ID is enough. Go to blogspot.com. Write blogs, write about anything you know. You know sketching, you write. You know dance, you write it. Anything you write. That can turn into a full-scale business. Okay. Then what else you can do? When a patient comes, ask for his email ID and SMS. Okay. Definitely these four things are mandatory. Name, address, mail ID, mobile number. These are all my marketing tools which I am sharing with you today. Okay. Step 1, address. I send birthday cards to my patient. I send direct mails to them, informing them about a launch of a particular product. Say for example, I have launched a new laser machine. You can come and try it for free. you can also come and participate in the launching program. So email ID, I send regular emails. To send regular emails, you can use this GetResponse, Aweber, Drip Mail. There are free packages there. If you have less than 1,000 patients, this you can use. You know what the beauty of this from Gmail, what is the difference between this and Gmail is? In Gmail, you have to send one email manually. Here, you can set like an alarm. At 7 o'clock, this particular customer has to get this mail. You can set it. Every week you want to set it also, you can set it. So these are some of the things you can use it. And mobile number, I do SMS marketing. I tell them, sir, marketing is also by reminding them about their last appointments. You didn't come for my last treatment, why don't you come for your treatment? So by doing all this, these are called ethical marketing techniques. Say for example, through an email you can educate the patient. This is called EBM. E for education, B for business, M for marketing. Nowadays every company like Facebook, Google, everyone, they have ethical marketing techniques. They never teach you wrong things. They will teach you, educate you, rather than they will say, if you want, you can buy it from me. If you want, you can buy it from anyone. If you really do all this, your patient's trust will be gained. Okay, so once you get all the details, there is something you have to do, which is called lead nourishment. You have to nourish your leads. Okay, there are 3 keys to it. Okay, you can see what are these 3 keys. Okay, I have kept a lot of suspense in this lecture. Okay, so now you can see. The first is email marketing. Keep in touch with your patients. Every 2 weeks send a mail. Say about, don't write about dental stuff. I don't like dentistry by myself, because I am a man beyond, I think I am more than dentistry. So I write about politics, about the article which I read, which may be useful to you. Why don't you read this? About a financial thing, about GST. I have found this article useful. I thought it may be useful to you. So I am sending this email to you. That is how I communicate with my patient. This is called email marketing. SMS marketing. I have a Practo software which sends SMS to them for their appointments, for their cancellation of appointments, for their birthdays, for their wedding anniversary. So many things you can do with it. This is very powerful, man, because people may not check email, but they will check their SMS. It's very powerful. These days, everybody is using WhatsApp, but if you send SMS, it is going to be in priority 1. If you try SMS marketing, 1 lakh SMS is 10,000 rupees only. You have 1 lakh patient? Definitely no. Definitely you will have 2,000, 3,000 to 10,000. I have more than 10,000 patients. So I can send 10 times to my customers. The third is called follow-up reminders. Through SMS or through email I send. Okay. So once, if you keep on doing this, some patients would have come to you, you can do the same thing. Some patients would have inquired, they didn't come. Some patients would have come, they asked you and gone. So what you have to do? You have to do something called lead conversion. Lead conversion means what? You have to keep on nourishing them. They will feel, "Ore, this doctor is really good, this company is really good, this hospital is really good, they are doing so much for me, why don't I go and ask them for my problem?" They will come to you one day. Just imagine those persons who are contacting you every day. You will forget them? No, you will not forget. So that is called lead conversion. What is the key in lead conversion? You want to know? Just see the next slide. The lead conversion is nothing but patient entering your clinic should develop trust factor first. Yes, imagine you are sending say 10 emails to that patient before he comes to you and pay you this violet paper. What is happening? He is not having trust. By doing good things to him, by sending him an email for his birthday, by saying, this is something called law of reciprocation. Robert Cialdini, in his book called Influence, it is a very old book, and he has told, if anyone is doing good to you, you will try to give it back. If somebody wants to give me a slap, what I have to do? Somebody has to give me a slap, what I have to do? I have to slap him first. If I say, okay boss, you are very good, you are great, I really appreciate you, what is happening here? What is happening here? I reciprocate. Okay, if you bullshit, they also bullshit. So the first thing inside your clinic should be how to develop trust for my patient. And you have to identify the patient's need, patient's wants, patient desire. If they don't have a desire to go for dental treatment, he will not take treatment. He will have the money, he will have the need, He also want to do it, but he don't have the desire. He may be having some fear. Affordability. If patient don't have affordability, they may like to do a treatment. They may want to do it. They will be very craving to get their teeth corrected by clear aligner. Just you see, they say, in Tamil they say, Kalla kanda naya kano, naya kanda kalla kano. It's like that. In implantology we say, if there is bone, patient is not affordable because for implants. If they are affordable, there is no bone. So this is called Murphy's law. Murphy's law says that invariably if anything has to go wrong, it will go wrong. And what you are expecting will not go wrong, will always go wrong. Usability. See, these 6 factors, if they don't have, he will not buy from you. So write down these 6 factors and check all the patient whether they have all this. If somebody would have bought some treatment from you, they would have underwent all these things. Okay. So the first step when a patient enters to you, you have to check. These are the checklist this slide is the checklist. Okay. This is the checklist. Take that and just scan the patient with that. Okay. Which means, okay, this guy has got a need. This guy has got a desire. This guy has got a want. This guy has got an affordability. Okay. So what will happen? You will definitely say, you will know, okay, he's a potential guy. He has money. He is having the need. He knows how to use it. So definitely he's a good prospect. And there are somebody called suspects. You have to eliminate the prospects from the suspects. Suspects means they will not take treatment. They will just come, they will go, they will not say anything to you. Okay. And the second step is called, somebody will prospect you from phone. Hello, can I come and meet the doctor? That is called prospecting. You have to ask some questions and find out whether he has got all these needs. So how to do it? Definitely you have to go for a sales training. If you don't know how to do a sale, you will say in the phone, root canal, it will be 3,000. Yes, yeah, 3,000. Wonderful quality. Very nice. He will say, okay sir, thank you, bye. He will go to the next door who is charging 2,750 and he will not come to you. So getting appointments is the most important thing in a telephone. Not selling or telling your rate. If somebody asks you price over the phone, never tell. Even if you tell a range. So getting appointments is the most important thing. It is not selling your product. Third thing is problem identification. Patient has now come for the appointment. Now you have to identify the problem by asking effective questioning. You have to ask certain questions to eliminate certain things and identify the problem. Okay, what exactly this guy has come. So one simple tip I will tell you is, ask your patients like this. Sir, what do you want? What do you want from me today? What do you expect us from us today? You can think so many things, man. You can think, oh, my patient is coming for money only. My patient is coming for this. My patient is coming for that. But instead of thinking so much, ask this one powerful question. This is an open-ended question. Do like this. Please do. Everyone in front of the screen, you do. This is called open-ended question, which means patients will be blah, 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 blah. Yeah, which means the patient will be keep on telling something and you can note down everything and you can identify exactly why this guy has come. So, you talk less, let him talk more. You talk less, let him talk more. You will be the winner. The fourth thing is presenting the solution. See, most of us, patient enters the clinic, we never do prospecting. We never know whether he is affordable. We never identify whether he is having the need, we having the desire. Simply we will tell the solution. You have a problem, sir. You have to go for root canal and root canal is 3,000. That patient will say, okay sir, give me medicine, I will come tomorrow. You will also give medicine. Then how the conversion is happening? Like this slide, it is 0. No conversion. Patient will go. Money will come to me if I do all this. Okay. Handling objection. Sir, you are very expensive. How to handle this? Sir, that doctor is charging only 500 rupees for an RCT. They will tell all this cock and bull story. So how do you handle this? One simple tip I am going to give you is, if somebody says, sir, it's very expensive, sir. Okay, now you have to know exactly what is that guy thinking, why he is telling. Many of us, because we don't have the leadership quality, see, our leadership quality is there to help the patient, to help our dear patients to identify his problem and solve his, get his solutions and go. Simply ask one question, sir, why do you feel it is expensive? Please try it and give a feedback to me. The next slide is going to asking for a sale. The world belongs to the askers. See your child. Why your child is winning in his life or her life is because always it asks, Daddy, I want this. Daddy, give me a toy. Daddy, I want this. The other day, my daughter was asking for a small slate to write it. Okay, I forgot it, but still I remember the way she asked me. So I painstakingly bought a scale because slate because I was in a hurry. So I bought the slate and I went and said I didn't buy. She was so upset. Then I said, Daddy has bought it. She was so happy. Ask for a sale. How to ask? Look at the patient's eyes. Eyes. Everybody do like this. Eyes. And say, Sir, shall we start the treatment now? Do you want to buy this or that? Never leave the patient after telling the rate. Sir, 3000 agu. Don't look at the sky like this. Ask the patient, Sir, shall we start it? Because this is called call to action. Do it now. Submit here. Click here. Okay, you just think of my advertisement for the webinar. Register now. Click here. Okay, think of it. You are here. Resales and referrals. I told you 4 things will get you more money. What are the 4 things? More number of patients to your clinic. Everyone taking treatment from you. Everyone taking bigger treatments from you. Everyone taking multiple treatments from you. Everyone bringing their own family. So resales and referrals are very important. Okay. Certain things now you are going to learn very fast. Cross-selling. What is cross-selling? I am a dental doctor, a general practitioner. I have treatments ranging from consultation to dental implants to zygoma. I have done zygoma also. So I know where big money is. Patient might have come for a filling. I will always say, Sir, these are the alternative options. I will show you. These are we have a catalog where we have a catalog where we have all the treatments. We have all the treatments there. What are the treatments? Many of us they told me, Sir, we never know that you can do all this. Say for example, I published an ulcer video. 2 days back I published a mouth ulcer video. It is going viral. Almost more than 3,000 views has happened. What I am doing here? I am marketing by educating people. I am marketing not by telling I have laser, come and take laser treatment. They will say get lost. But I say you don't have to suffer from pain. In 30 seconds your pain will be relieved. What I am doing here? I am educating you. I am educating the doctors. I am educating the patients. So I got 3-4 patients because of that. So friends, cross-selling means you have to sell. Suppose I come for this product. I should try to sell the bigger product because he doesn't know that you are having this. So the tip for here is sell different products to customers by give your brochures to patients with other treatment details. Say you just tell them I have these other treatments also. Some doctors have spouses who are MBBS doctors. You can tell my husband is an MBBS doctor. If you want, you can go for his dermatology, you can go for his nephrology, whatever specialist he belongs to. So cross-selling is very important. If you go to any mall, you will always see in the counter where you are paying money, there will be some small items, right? Like chocolates, cookies, biscuits, and some electronic items like small lighters. So they are doing what? Cross-selling. Okay, fine. Now, what is the second selling is called upselling. Upselling means patient may come for a smaller thing, sell him a bigger product, you get more money. Say patient may come for a small scaling. So that is why your marketing helps. If you are sending reminders for scaling, suddenly you will remember his decayed tooth which is troubling him. See, marketing is all but reminders. It will remind you. So try to sell bigger products, you get more money. Like big treatments which give you a lot of money. So if you don't have a follow-up system for scaling, for filling, or calling the patient, start doing it from tomorrow. So referral system. In my clinic, if somebody refers a patient, I always thank them, give them, if they're willing for a bigger treatment. Say many drivers, they get foreign patients for me. Drivers in T Nagar, drivers who are driving cars, They just randomly bring foreign patients who pay me lakhs and lakhs of money. I give them 5,000, 10,000 as an incentive to honor their referral. You have to honor. In business, you have to be very honor. See, referral system, see, if you think it is bad, it is up to you. I feel if he is helping me, it is my moral obligation to help him back. That is how I think. So now we have finished 2. We have to go more, 4 more. I think I have exceeded my time. I don't think you will be feeling this is very useless. This will be all useful to you. So marketing is a very good thing if you do it in a right way. It's like a traffic signal. You have to be very, very careful. Okay, marketing is nothing but all these 4 things. Specialization. Not that MDS, BDS wala specialization. The specialization means the perception of your customer. Okay. If you think what I am specialist, it is not a procedural specialty. Okay. Call 10 people of your 10 close patients of your clinic and ask them why did they choose you. That is your specialization. Okay. That is your, they say, sir, you do very nicely, sir. Your clinic is in the ground floor, sir. I am very happy, sir. Sir, your clinic, no, it is super, sir. It is customer service is super. If I call, they will immediately respond. So there comes specialization. The second thing is differentiation. There is something called unique selling point. Every company in the world should have a unique selling point. There may be thousands and billions of dental clinics, but one thing I can always tell is, no, Praveen is there in only Malligai. He is not there in any other clinic. So that is my unique selling point. Being very friendly with customer, educate them. There may be some people who say they do the fastest service. Come in the morning, sir. We will take the measurement, sir. Evening your crown is ready. That is their unique selling point. I am asking you one question, dear friends who are watching this webinar. Do you have an USP which you can proudly say, sir, we are the number 1 in this? Some people in Chennai, they are telling they are the best in this cosmetic. They are the best in implants. They are the best in doing zygoma. They are the best in clear aligners. So what they are telling, their unique selling point, USP, which differentiates that particular person from a competitor. So Jack Welch, CEO of GE company, he has told, guys, if you don't have a unique selling point, don't do business at all. Go home. No, go home. If you are not number 1 or number 2 in business, suppose in dentistry, if I am not in that number 1 or the number 2 position, then rest everyone cannot survive. Any business, you take email. There is Hotmail, Yahoo Mail, Rediff Mail, Gmail. But why people are using Gmail? Why people are using only Hotmail? Because of the amount of speed. You just think of the differentiation. See, this is an Apple phone. This is an iPhone 4. This is an iPhone 4 6s Plus. What is the difference between this? The company says this differs from this. See, if you have 2 children in your house, you will know the differentiation. My elder son, see, my elder daughter is very creative. My youngest son is very analytical. He solves mathematics easily. My elder daughter is very emotional and creative. So differentiation is very important. Segmentation. I told you already. What is the target segment you are focusing on? What is the population? Are you focusing clear aligners means it is for young people. Implants means it is for people who don't have teeth. You cannot advertise implant for a person who has got 32 teeth intact. Okay, you have to find out the right target. The 4th thing is called concentration. Instead of focusing on 10 treatments, focusing on those 2 profitable treatments which give you the 80% of the money. So now we are going to see the 4th most important thing is called accounting. Okay. Now you know the personal side, your sales side, your marketing side. Now there is something called cash flow. Accounting. Many of us are failing because enough cash flow is not there. If enough cash flow is not there, where you will have money to pay your expenses, where you will have money to pay your electricity bill. Say for example, during the flood time, I changed my clinic lighting to LED light. So in the bargain, I have saved 3000 rupees electricity bill because of the LED. 3000 into 12 months is 36,000. 36,000 into 5 years is almost 2 lakhs. 1,80,000. So friends, you have to understand where is your cash coming from and where is it going. Do you have an accounting software? Do you have Tally? Or do you have a notebook where you can write everything? If you can't do it every day, give it to your wife or give it to your senior assistant who can do all this for you. Cash flow is very important, because if you know this is the cash which is coming, you will be happy. Okay, what are the other reasons? What are the other financial part we fail? There are many times we fail in many things. Okay, the financial part we fail is we don't have enough funds to operate. We think this much money is enough, but always, you know, they say law of 2 and law of 3, which says that if you are budgeting for 10 lakhs for a house, always it is better to have 20 lakhs. If you are budgeting that house will be constructed in 3 months, always it is going to take 9 months. So that is why if you see construction of houses having this problem, because law of 2 and law of 3. If you think in 2 months I can finish this project, it will take 6 months. If you think in 2 lakhs I can finish this course, it will take more money. It will take at least 3 to 4 lakhs. Okay. Especially guys, after learning marketing and selling and everything, suddenly you will get an enthusiasm. Okay, I will, from now onwards, I will buy a website. Praveen Pradeep sir has told me to construct a website, to put a Facebook page, to do this, to do that. See, I am doing this for a long time. You cannot do all this in one day. Rome, you know, the great country Rome was not built in one day, but do you know that? Rome was built every day. It was not built on one day, right? Every day they built Rome. So every day you have to improve your clinic. Okay, today, this week I will focus on cleaning all the junk. This week I will focus on maintenance of my clinic. This week I will focus on customer service. This week I will focus on improving, I will focus on the marketing part. There is something called winning edge concept, which says that a small difference in things will give a large difference in the result. This webinar may be a 1 hour, 1.5 hours webinar, but this webinar has given you a lot of information, which if you believe it and if you apply it, this will make you a different doctor in 3 months' time. That is why I promise you, these are all systems which are followed by great companies. If you go to a great company, ask him very straightforwardly this question: who is your sales manager? He will say, sir, this is my sales manager. Who is your marketing manager? Sir, he is my marketing manager. Who is doing the operations? Who is doing the account part? But in dental clinic, we are like Rajnikant. We have to do everything. We have to do accounting, we have to do sales, we have to do marketing, we have to do everything. But for a medical doctor, it is not like that. Why? Medical doctor, problems are priority 1, life and death issues. We don't have life and death issue, man. That is the only factor. It is not your qualification or my qualification, your clinic, my clinic. If a research comes that if patient don't have proper, say anything if it comes, if teeth is not good, this will happen to your life. Every patient, you and me will be like billionaires, like Bill Gates. This is a problem. Patients have no priority. So how can we solve this? By educating them. You can always tell him, if you don't correct your teeth, you will have this problem. Also, you can tell many things, like you will feel nice, you can eat nice. Educate the patient, my dear friends. If at all one thing you can do for me is please educate your patient. If he may not take treatment from you, he may take treatment from someone. So there are many of us, including me, I was thinking, I am busy, sir. I am busy, sir. If I call them for a course, they say, I am busy, sir. Call them for a webinar, they say, I am busy. They think being busy is different from being productive. You may think you are a busy man, but are you productive? Are you reaching your objectives? Are you reaching your destination? Are you reaching what you want? Or you are still busy and telling? We say we have busy. Okay, then when we say, okay, come and join the course, they'll say they don't have money. Okay, you are all the time busy and you don't have money, then why the hell you have to live? That is the question I have for my friends. So dear friends, being busy is not being productive. Are you productive? Are you reaching your result? You have to understand. And one more thing is, many of us have employees who don't work properly. So when we don't take care of that, we will be paying their salaries and things like that, and they are unproductive, causing us the problem. So at least in a week, 30 minutes you have to check your accounts. Okay, if you can't check it, tell your auditor to send a person who can do your accounting. There are people who are doing BCom CA. They will come. I have people like that who come do the ledgers for me, write all the ledgers. I have softwares for it. I have 2 softwares called QuickBooks, and I have even Tally. So these are the softwares you can use for your accounting purposes. So now the pre-final part we are going to see is called management. What is management, sir? See, this is very important concept. Management is nothing but working with and through others. Working with others, working with my staff, and working through others. Most of our dentists have not grown in a big scale. I have seen corporate dentistry people, I have seen individual people. What is the difference between them? Corporate dentistry believes in teamwork. Individual dentists think they are Superman. Even once I was thinking I am a Superman. I was thinking I am great, I can do many things. But I learned only one thing in management philosophy is, if you don't know how to work with others, you cannot scale up. Big companies, they cannot scale up without working with a team. If you want to establish 5 clinics, you should have 5 good doctors, 5 good receptionists, at least 2 assistants in each clinic, 10 clinics. I know some of my webinar friends are having multiple clinics. So this is very important slide for them. Okay. The one thing I want to tell you is, what is your key result area? Key result area. What they are in short form management language, I call it as KRA. What is your KRA? Suppose in army, if somebody asks what is your KRA, I say my KRA, my key result area, is to evacuate a patient who got wounded in a war field to a zone of safety. What is the KRA for my business right now? My KRA is to improve my customer service. My KRA, see, KRA is something very, very important for each individual, each clinic it differs. In general terms, this will be pertaining to these 3 people, the boss, the customers, and the employee. Okay, I am the boss or the leader of this clinic. Who are my customers? My patients. Who are my customers? My employees also. I have to treat my employee as also my customer. Many of us, we think only patients are our customers. Even our staff is our customer, because a customer means a person who is important for your development, important for your success. In my clinic, 2 people are very important for me. One is my staff and another is my patient. The welfare of my patient comes first. The welfare of my staff comes second. The welfare of Praveen Pradeep only comes in the third. So I always make sure that. Then profit and loss. This one key result area you have to focus on. Are you working in profit? If somebody, okay, what is the measurement of your business success? The measurement of your business success is the cash flow. How much cash you are generating. It is not the profit. It is not the bottom line profit. Whether cash is coming. See, why I am telling you is this. Suppose somebody will say, I have only 500 rupees for scaling. Never say no, I will not do scaling. At least I cannot reduce my price. That is not a matter of reducing price. That 500 rupees cash flow is more important than telling we cannot reduce the money. You do that 500 but tell the patient to pay later. If he is not paying, that is a different story. But never lose cash flow into your clinic. Somebody has, if some of you are having labs and some doctors are not paying the fees, the lab fees, tell them to pay it in time, give them some incentive, give them some credit period. Most businesses are losing because of credit. Like big labs, they pay a lot of money, they give a lot of work and they expect money to come. Doctors don't pay money in the right time. Sometimes some situation happens. The company also gives credit to hold you, because if you go away, it is very difficult to get a new customer. So having retaining an old customer is always wiser than getting a new customer. So focus on quality. This is one key result area. What is quality? Quality is what you say should be there. If the filling is 7 months, it should stay 7 months. If the filling is, if you say 2 years, it should stay. Anything less than that is not having quality. Quality doesn't mean what material you use. What you say should be there. So innovation and creativity. This is one important thing every company is now thinking. How I can innovate something. See, when I went to a conference in Bangalore for an implantology, I met Dr. Samuel Lee in USA. Samuel Lee is a DDS and a periodontist he is a PhD, he is a scholar, and he is a great implantologist. He said, in India, I feel only one thing is lacking in dentist. Do you guys want to know what is the answer? The answer is there in the slide. This is innovation and creativity which you people lack. Because he said, I am planning to have a CBCT camera in a handheld way. Instead of having a big room full of CBCT, what a nice way to have a small camera kind of thing. See, I am telling you guys, there are a lot of new people who are waiting they want only ideas. They can make the prototype for you. I am in collaboration with a lot of Japanese in Chennai to invent something. I am in the process of doing some work here. So we are meeting regularly to develop the innovation part of dentistry also. So with this, the management part is over. It is all big subject. I am just giving an awareness. The final thing is hiring, training and firing protocols. So I told you, you cannot go to the next level without a team. So you will be now selecting a good people in your team. So there are certain tips which I want to give you. Never hire a person on sympathy just because she has lost her husband, she has lost her father. Never select with emotion in mind. Always have the left brain and the right brain together. The left brain, you have to think her attitude. What is her attitude? How well she will mingle with my other staff members. Always you should remember one thing. Hire good people at first place. Never hurry up in hiring. Keep advertisement, especially corporates. I want to tell you is hire good attitude. Never hire the talent with good attitude. Most of us are not giving any training to our staff. I have regular training programs for my staff on customer service, on attending telephone, on taking chair side things. So many things I really train them. And firing protocols. What is firing? Okay, somebody may be torturing you every day in your practice. You will be thinking whether I have to fire this guy, whether I have to keep him. Whenever, nicely understand this, whenever you feel a guy has to be fired, you fire that guy. Which means not by shooting him with a rifle, but by giving him a resignation letter. So, why? If you keep forgiving him again and again, he is not going to change. Nobody is going to change. Change is the last thing which happens. So, I am going to give you a small tip in that, which is called SWAN principle. The SWAN principle says that hire smart people who are willing to work hard and who are ambitious and who are nice. Okay, how to check this? Tell a doctor, duty doctor, or tell a person to tell, Sunday you have duty. What, sir? Sunday you have duty? If he says like that, it means he is not having a good attitude. He is not willing to work hard. Rather, if he says, okay sir, no problem, I am very happy to do it, then you can hire that person. And there is one more rule. If you see all these qualities in a particular person, follow this rule of 3. Always hire 3 people, and in at least minimum 3. Suppose I want an assistant doctor, I should take 3 people and interview in 3 different places. Me, my wife, my senior assistant or my friend will come and do the interview. So why this rule of 3? As per law of 80-20, by doing the chances of the error, selecting a wrong guy, because selecting the right guy in your team is going to be very important. The receptionist should be very nice. If the receptionist is not good, he is not going to really help you in your business. If the chairside assistant is not having a good attitude, he will break your instrument and he is not going to help you. So hiring and training them is very important. For example, you take Indian Army. They hire, they recruit, I cannot say hire, they recruit people from various parts of India. But after 3 years, you go and see them. They will all be in a same mode. They know their mission. Their mission is Indian Army defending the country. Indian Army defending the country. Indian Army defending the country. Have a mission, vision statement written in your clinic. Mission statement means why, where you are going to go, what are you doing. That is, see, vision means where you want to go. Mission means you are telling why you have to go and do it. Value means why you are existing first of all. Purpose means what is the reason you are doing all that. So mission, vision, value, purpose. If you want to see my mission, vision, value and purpose, please go to my website and see. So with this, I am concluding this webinar on dental clinic failures and how to fix it. I have taken 15 minutes extra. My sincere apologies for that. I hope I have given some values to you today. And if you really like my lecture, please comment it on the Facebook page. You can go to my timeline, you can comment it, and you can also comment. There will be a feedback form which will come to you. You can put the feedback to me, you can mail it to me. I'm very happy to help you. If you want me to come and train your staff, if I have time, I will come. If you want me to come and give some business consulting, I charge you, but I will do consulting over the phone or through. If you want to take a personal class, if you want some classes like this personally, I charge you, but I can do it for you. And you can attend my boot camp where I will be teaching 2 full days, almost 24 hours, 12 hours per day, 24 hours of selling, marketing, everything by doing, not by telling. Today, so now I'm going to go for the revision again. Personal is very important, okay? Step 1, personality is very important. Develop your personality, have a positive attitude, be very courageous, be very bold, go forward, okay? Step 2, start generating leads, start a website, start a Facebook page, have a Google Plus business page, and put your name in Google Map, okay? Google Map is very powerful. Go to Google Map, add your Google. If you don't have talents to do all this, have a person who can do marketing, person who can do all this. And third thing is hire the right persons for your clinic. And the fourth thing is monitor your accounts very, very carefully and do the marketing for the right people. Don't do marketing for the wrong customers. Select your marketing and do it very strategically. And the sixth thing is you have to be very, very careful in hiring and firing on people. So yourself is very important, sales is very important, marketing is very important, your accounts is very important, and your management principles should be nice, and your hiring, your management should be good. So these 6, that is why this circle, you can take a screenshot of this screen and put it in your clinic and follow these 6 steps. See, 7 days we have in a week, right? 7 days in a week. In 6 days, focus every day. 1 day for accounts, 1 day for sales, 1 day for marketing, 1 day for my staff training, 1 day for this, 1 day for that. If you keep on doing this little by little, in 3 months you will start seeing some results, some good personal satisfaction, and feel really happy that you are going to clinic with a purpose, not for boring, not for something. See, I don't have time because I'm doing all this in a big scale. So friends, I promise you I can really help you in any ways you want. In the next webinar, I'm going to add more topics on customer service and marketing and management and all that. Even I'm planning to conduct technical trainings on endo, on ortho, and other videos and everything. So I really wish you all the best, and thank you so much for patiently listening to my webinar. And I really love your feedbacks. I want your feedbacks to be published in Facebook so that feedback should bring more people for my webinar next time, because you people are very special. You people are really great because you learned this 6 framework which I am operating and very successful, which will give you more and more of money also and personal satisfaction also in your practice. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the poll section. So I'm really happy to answer all your queries also. So if there is anything, you please let me know. I would be very happy to help you. So so guys, you can you can comment in my page. You can just comment whatever you feel. You can comment it. You can, if you have any questions, I will take it through the. I can see Dr. Divakar, thank you. Govindaraj, Sauma Goshal, thank you. Dr. Arvind, thank you. Dr. Harni, Dr. Devapriya, Dr. Kumar, Dr. Bhuvaneshwari, Dr. Mayur Oswal, Dr. Sasikumar, Dr. Ajay, Dr. Abhishek, Dr. Archana. So many people are still there. And any questions to me in the comments? I can see Harni is telling, thank you so much, sir. Useful webinar. I am me and my friend, we have got more ideas. We need more webinars like this. Any more comments, any more questions I can answer? Kindly please put your questions in the column, in the left column, please. Kindly put your questions. If you are not having any questions right now, then I think we can take it. I can give another 2 minutes time. Lots and lots of people are so active and so happy. So thank you so much, dear friends. Kindly go to the Facebook page and you can put the feedback. Any more questions? Any more questions, please? I can answer. I think 2 more questions have come. Nice webinar. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. Very well explained, Dr. Ajay. Thank you so much, Dr. Ajay, Dr. Archana, Dr. Harini. Because giving feedback gives me a lot of boosting for going to the next webinar. This is what we really want, the feedback. And friends, I really want to tell you, feedback is very important, because take feedback from your patient, ask them what they don't like, what they have liked, whatever they are not liking. It's very simple. Treat your customers like your professors or like your father and mother, because that will really help you to do the best thing for them and you will understand them. Very useful webinar, Dr. Devapriya, thank you so much. And Dr. Abhishek, is it necessary to speak about the quality if the patient is suspicious of our treatment? If patient is suspicious of our treatment, yes, there are sometimes if patient may go into the suspicious, never argue with your patient. You don't have to argue about quality, and you have to tell, you can trust me, sir. That's the best thing. Don't argue about the product you're using. You can say, I don't know about the material used, but I know I am very trustworthy. You can have the trust on me. If anything goes wrong, there is something called there was a supermarket in United States called Nordstrom. Nordstrom promises, if you buy a t-shirt, go outside the shop, tear it into pieces and give it back, they will refund it to you without asking any questions. I'm not telling you to behave like Nordstrom, but at least if a filling goes off, don't argue with the patient. Say, sorry, it might have come because of this. I will try to rectify it. Never argue with the patient. Today morning, I paid 12,000 rupees back to a patient. The implant failed. So I said, the patient is not going, is an elderly patient. Patient can't go for grafting and all that. So patient said, I said, okay, I will take little bit of charges. I charge 18,000 for the patient. So I charged 6,000, gave the 12,000 back. And there is no loss for me, but I still regain my integrity with the patient. So thank you for this question. Be very honest. That is why I said honesty is very important. And thank you, Dr. Abhishek. And I would request you all guys to put the feedback in our Facebook page also. I'm very happy that this webinar was a great success. And hopefully you can just send me your feedbacks on what topics you want webinar, especially on practice, especially you want the accounts part, you want the marketing part, you want the digital marketing part, you want the social media marketing part. Whatever it is, tell me. I can do it for you. So with this, I am closing this webinar. Thank you so much and God bless you. Have a great day and have a good night. God bless you all. Thank you so much.